What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the Marvel Legends Ares series Human Torch figure. There is a variant to this which he has no white lines through his body. He's just a plain red. That's the more sought after. This is, I guess, the least sought after. A lot of people call him the varicose veins of Human Torch, but I mean, I don't mind it. It's fine for me. But this is what the packaging looks like here. This is obviously an older figure from their earlier wave. A pretty sought after wave because of the Ares Build-A-Figure. It's just too bad that this wave's so expensive and there's so many figures in it. There's 8 figures in this wave, and as you can see, there's side art here. And then you got obviously the arm of Ares right there. And then on the back, the other figures in the wave are the Ultimate War Machine, Kang, Guardian. There's Scarlet Spider down here. Sorry. Vision, Crossbones, Human Torch, and Iron Man Reborn. And there's the Ares Build-A-Figure in the center here. So, a little bio right here. This is actually when they were still giving us some bio statistics, excuse me. And there's a little read-up. If you want to pause it and read it, by all means go ahead. Like I said, I think this is the more sought-after version without the white lines going through the body. So, I guess it's personal preference. Some people don't care, some people do. But let's get to the figure inside. I'll be right back, and let's take Human Torch out of packaging. Be right back. Okay, and we're back with Human Torch out of packaging, and it looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. In my opinion, this is probably the best Johnny Storm that we've gotten so far. I mean, that's up for debate. It's personal preference thing, but to me, this is the best one, whether you get this version or the other version, which is probably the better version, but I don't really mind the white lines. It doesn't really bother me that much. He does come with the, I believe, the left arm of Ares. So there it is. It would be nice to eventually get this bath, but like I said, it's super rare and super expensive. You know, people overcharge for this guy all the time. I just think it's a little ridiculous, but which is actually strange because there's only like a few figures in the wave that are actually the hard ones to get. Vision's pretty easy. Scarlet Spider's pretty easy to get. Guardian was hard for a little while, but now he's becoming more common. Kang is a hard one to get, and so is Crossbones. But the rest are fairly easy to get. It's just people want like $100 for Crossbones, and they want around $30 to $40 for Kang, sometimes $50. So yeah, I'm just not willing to spend those prices, so it's probably going to be a while before I end up getting Ares. Maybe I'll get him down the road loose or something like that. But as far as finishing off the wave, I wouldn't hold your breath on that, or hold my breath, or hold anybody's breath on that. But yeah, I do think that this is a pretty well put together figure, though. Overall, I like it. I mean, there's been a lot of different versions of Johnny Storm. I believe there was the Toy Biz version, which was just there was no clear plastic, I don't think, on him. As far as I can remember, he's pretty much just painted red with some sort of flame works, and I didn't really like the head sculpt too much. It was a little bit too ridiculous. And then there was I believe the 2-pack with I can't remember who, but anyway, I'm just trying to talk about the figure. The other one that was, I believe, in a 2-pack, maybe with Sue Storm, I'm not sure, but that was like he had his regular suit, and then he kind of had flame effects going across his chest like this, and then he had his hair was flaming. It just looked a little weird. It looked off to me. So to me, this is the guy to get. Like I said, let me just bring him in. The head sculpt looks pretty good. especially the clear plastic. Now this is a little bit more, it seems like a little bit more of a durable clear plastic to me for some reason. It seems different than the most clear plastics. Let's see if I can just pop his head off here if it wants to pop off. No, it doesn't. It probably will pop off, but I don't want to take the risk. So it looks pretty decent. Let me just fix his arm there so I can get in. It looks pretty decent, as you can see. It is very transparent. So it gives off that kind of yellowish look if you get them into yellow lighting, like so. And this is a much clearer plastic. They used a much clearer plastic, and these are rubbery material for his additional flames. So, but it does look good, I think. Like I said, this is an earlier Hasbro Marvel Legends, so you know this is before they had the ankle pivots. They kind of just had this the ankle hinge, and that's it. But as far as the rest of his articulation goes, speaking of that, his head does move side to side, and it can look up. Not really that much, which is a little unfortunate. I believe his head is on a... Is it on a hinge? Yeah, it is on a hinge, but it's not a very good hinge. So he doesn't want to look up too well, but he does look down very nicely. And he can do a full 360 if you want him to. His arms go up really well, good range of motion there, and they go down. He's got a bicep swivel. They can do a full 360 as well if you want him to. Like I said, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He's got a wrist hinge and a swivel at the wrist. He also has an ab crunch, which works nicely. Mostly going forward, not a little bit going back. I would say a pretty one click back from normal stance. He's got a waist swivel. He's got wide jointed hips, which I'm not a big fan of, but they do go forward and back. I'm just not going to do that because this ball peg is annoying. I just hate dealing with him. He's got an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. No boot swivel, but he does have a swivel at the ankle and a hinge there. So, but no pivot. So it's unfortunate, but still, to this day, this is still probably the best Human Torch you're probably going to find, in my opinion. In my opinion, like I said, a lot of people call these varicose veins, or I don't know. I mean, we can make up. I'm sure you can make up a clever name for the lines on him, but I don't know. I don't think it really bothers me too much. It just kind of, like some people are saying, he looks like the plastic's cracking. I don't know, but. I don't really mind it. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm happy to have the figure. Yeah, looks good, I think. For the most part, he's pretty much self-explanatory. He's a transitional, or translucent, excuse me, clear plastic figure. There's a little bit of shading going on in the chest and the front of the face. A little bit on the hair, a little bit on the, like I said, the chest, the back. I think it might just be because the plastics are thicker, and the further away you get from where the joints connect, I think there's like a, yeah, no, that's paint shading. Never mind. I just thought it was a thicker plastic, so it's a little darker, but that's just paint shading, and then it goes lighter throughout the leg. So, but I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. It comes with a pretty key piece to Ares. I know he comes with a couple figures come with accessories like a helmet and two swords, or sword and a dagger. But overall, I think this is a pretty decent figure. If I would recommend this figure, yes, I would. I would definitely try and pick this guy up on the cheap. I got this guy for $20 mint on card. I also have a loose version as well. I picked up a long time ago, but it was a good deal, 20 bucks, and you know, I kind of needed this arm. So, so yeah, I would definitely say 2 thumbs up. He's a good figure. Like I said, you have to keep in mind that this is an earlier Hasbro Marvel Legends, so no ankle pivot, which is a shame. That's something I would improve on if I were to take something away from the figure. And, you know, I mean, obviously some people would say take away the white lines. That would be another one. I'm not sure why they really decided to go with that look, but overall, I think it's okay. It's not that big of a deal to me. Maybe it is to you or whoever, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I don't know, solid figure. I think he's a good Johnny Storm. figure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the flip side.